Hello everyone, this is Dan Gramza and welcome to dangramza.com Market Studies for Monday, May 19th. Well, what we see here in the Dow, it's a daily chart. These are concepts that we're looking at are swing trades, which means they last from 1 day to maybe 2 weeks. And if you see a green line that represents buying, you see a red line that represents selling, and a dashed line means it's something that happened earlier in the week. So from this buy level to that sell level, if you're not familiar with this market, that has a value of $13,380 a contract. And what are we looking for? We're looking for follow through to the upside in that market. Same thing holds true for the Russell and the Euro. The difference between the sell and buy level in that market, as that came off a bit. Let me grab that for you. It is $550 a contract. And so what do we look for here? A sideways to lower movement in that market. The Swissy also gave us a break to the downside and tried to rally. Difference between the sell and the buy level in that market is $1,262.50 a contract. I'm looking for weakness, in other words, strength in the US dollar. And our friend Mr. Yen, dollar difference here in that market was $452.50. And if we look at, or $562.50, sorry. And what do we look for here? Again, weakness. It looks like the US dollar wants to get stronger, and we're seeing some of these currencies supporting that kind of action. Dollar difference here in the Aussie dollar is $200 a contract. Over in our friend here, the British pound, dollar difference sell to buy level in that market is $350 a contract. Over in the Canadian dollar, the loonie is what it's also known as, and in that market we're seeing a break, and it did trade above its buy level. The dollar difference here in that market is, I'm going to give you the right number, $650 a contract. Now, let's talk about Bitcoin. Bitcoin rallies a little bit. It's setting itself up to go higher. Dollar difference, this buy level to that sell level in that, just to give you a feel for what that value is, it's $29,550 a contract. So what we're seeing here is a setup for a market that wants to go higher. Let's see if it can get the job done. 10-year notes, dollar difference, sell to buy level in that market was $875 a contract. And the difference, that's the sell to that buy level, and this sell level to that buy level, that difference is $625 a contract. Look for an inside day on Monday. Feel the same way about the bond market. An inside day on Monday, dollar difference sell to buy level in that market is $250 a contract. That was this difference, and the other one was $1,875 a contract. Inside day on Monday is what we're looking for. In the gold market, it's a market that a lot of people are expecting higher highs. We didn't see that kind of a setup on Friday. I was looking for a positive close, but that didn't happen. Dollar difference up here is $500. Dollar difference down here is $600 a contract. I'm looking for an inside day on Monday. Same thing for silver, copper. The demand just isn't there. Dollar difference buy to that sell level, $1,000 a contract. When we look at what's going on with crude oil, I don't see any reason for this market to rally, but it looks like it's trying to set that market condition up. The buy to sell level here in Crude oil, excuse me, is $4,610 a contract. And if we're looking at what's going on here, when it comes to crude, fundamentally we got a lot of crude and we're not seeing the demand for it, and that same thing holds true in nat gas. What we're looking for in this market, we're not looking for a big rally or break in this market. I think a sideways move here makes sense for our friend nat gas. The global supply situation looks really good right now, and that's why we're not seeing the demand to soak up that supply. $750 is the dollar value there. Soybeans, we've had a lot of bullish things here that look good globally for beans, and we're seeing this market respond to that, although there is some positive attitude when it comes to tariffs. And the dollar difference here is $350 a contract. In corn, we're also seeing a market that's struggling. The bias is for a move to the downside. It's also what I call a neutral zone trade, so I'm not looking for a big day down on Monday. Wheat, globally, things are looking pretty good, and it's reflected here in the prices that you're seeing. $500 is the dollar difference in Mr. Wheat, and the last one here for wheat was $350 from that sell to buy level. Well, those are my thoughts for today. Hope you found something helpful. Look forward to being with you again next week. In the meantime, take care.